Hey guys. Okay. Okay, this is good. This is good, I think. Chapstick. Now we're good. Leave that down below in the comment section. I would be interested to know if you guys also have like a tendency for perfectionism, people pleasing, performative self-worth, performance-based self-esteem. Have you burned out in your lifetime before? Because I have. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Ev, and today I'm going to be covering my 6-year natural hair anniversary. I know, like, crazy, right? Like 6 years? I feel like it's been longer than that, to be completely honest with you. But it's still wild because it's like it seems like it and it doesn't seem like it at the same time. But I'm also going to be covering performative self-worth, also known as performance-based self-esteem. In this video, you guys voted on the community tab, a poll that I had posted a while ago, and I accidentally deleted the poll. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, I was trying to delete one of the posts and not the whole poll. Anyway, of the options that I gave you guys, performative self-worth was the topic that you wanted me to cover, so I'm going to be rolling it all into one. And I do want to thank BetterHelp for sponsoring this video and keeping your girls' bills paid, okay? Helping to move the movement forward. BetterHelp is an online therapist community that has over 20,000 therapists for you to match to, and so you can start living your best life today. The quiz that they provide on their website will assess and help you pair to a licensed professional so that you can start getting help immediately. It's very easy to set up, and you can start communicating with your therapist in less than 48 hours. It is not a crisis line, and it is not a self-help. It is licensed professional therapy so that you can start living a better life, and so that you can maybe work through some blocks or limitations or whatever is standing in the way of your happiness. This service is available worldwide, and it is done securely online, so if you are in the States or out of the States, you can definitely still have access to this service, which I think is amazing because some stuff, it's only like domestic or like nationally based, but you can take therapy with you, which is amazing. Once you take the assessment and log into your account, you can get thoughtful responses from therapists like same day, which is amazing. And if you find that the therapist they paired you with is not a good fit at first, because I definitely believe you need to kind of like date your therapist, see if it's a good fit. If it doesn't fit, it's free and easy to change your therapist, which I think is amazing. You don't have to go through all of the hassle of starting completely over. You just have to switch over and see if it's a better fit for you. They also have financial aid available, which makes BetterHelp more accessible and more affordable than traditional therapist's office. So I believe, you know, if this is something that you're genuinely interested in, which I promote therapy to everyone because I think they all need it, but if you are genuinely interested in matching up with a licensed professional, BetterHelp.com/Evany is the way to go. I will leave that link down below in the description box, and also somewhere on the screen, so you guys get a code for 10% off of your first month, which is super dope. So check it out. Once again, that is BetterHelp, HELP.com/Evany, and it might be Evany10. Either Evany or Evany10. Like I said, I'll leave the link down below. I'll leave the code down below, and I'll leave it on the screen here as well, so you guys can get started living a better and happier life right now. Y'all, my natural hair anniversaries, I feel like I don't know what to cover. Like in these videos, I feel like I don't know what to say now because I don't have the length goal. I'm not gonna be wearing a length check t-shirt anymore. My hair looks like this. I'll give you a close-up. My hair looks like this. Maybe I should get closer. I'll bring you guys over to the studio light. Hold on. The studio light's in the back. I'll get up under the light so you guys can see all the details in my hair. And the fact that, you know, I just don't have as much anymore. It's just, like I said, a lot less of a priority. I had worn it straight for a photo shoot that I had. And y'all, this is a week-old twist out. I have been picking at it too, so, you know, normally it stays a lot better than this. But this is an Andro Beauty twist out. It's a week old, and this is like one of the first washes after my hair isn't straight anymore. So I also used Olaplex because I felt like in the front It's always been a higher porosity. It's always been frizzier. I don't know why I'm stooping. It's always been a higher porosity. It's always been frizzier. It's always been a looser texture, and it's, you know, just the front. That's what it is. Personally though, I never minded it, but now that I'm straightening on a more regular basis, I definitely feel like this part could get heat damaged, and it might have a little bit of it right now. Usually it takes my hair, the elastic in my hair, to bounce back like a few washes. So since this is just the first wash, I'm gonna give it like, I don't know, to the end of the month. But I really don't know what else to say about it outside of, hey, I might have got a little bit of heat damage in the front. Not surprised. And if I keep straightening my hair, it's probably gonna get worse. And like I said, I got Olaplex, which I think really works. I'm gonna give it a few more chances to help correct a few of these straighter pieces in the front, help my elasticity bounce back. And then if I gotta cut it, then okay. But if not, then also okay. I'm not sure what else to say, only because, like I said, I don't have any length goals. The idea for me is just to have healthy hair, maintain it, and do whatever I want with it. You guys, maybe you saw on Instagram, I want to say maybe last week or a couple weeks ago, I was thinking about cutting all of my hair off because it's weird. I don't feel that I need a purpose. Like, it's like, my hair isn't doing anything for me anymore. Like, it's not doing anything. It's not giving me life. Hold on, let me turn these lights out. My hair is not giving me life, and anytime I start to feel like this, I think like a cut is on the way because it needs to happen, okay? It needs to happen. Don't ask me why that feeling triggers that action, but I think I'm always like very action-based, but also very like performative or performance-based when it comes to my hair. And I think that's like directly related to the fact that I've been on YouTube for so long, and that's what I built my channel and my brand around, and that's what would need to continue in order for the business to roll forward. And it's this weird kind of like reckoning or this weird acceptance that I've been going through lately, that it's like, well, your hair doesn't have to do anything, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to do anything. And I started deconstructing why I feel like my hair has to perform tricks or do this and show up and do that, and you know, not necessarily my hair, my mentality. Why was that my mentality about my hair? And just in general, that's what I was going through when it came to performative self-worth or performance-based self-esteem. And that's what I wanted to cover in this video as well, because the idea that I have to constantly be doing something or perform with my hair like this, or, you know, have a length goal and like be driven to get some kind of validation from my hair journey is like when did I get like this? When did I get like this? How come I can't just like cut my hair and enjoy it, you know? And it's been, like I said, this weird unbecoming. I just knew that I wanted a goal. Like, I set my goal, I ran towards it, and the method I was getting from point A to point B just led to burnout and, like I said, this performance-based self-esteem. So I looked it up. I'm on my computer right here, and I'm gonna read for you guys the definition, because this, like, when I read this, I was like, oh, this is me. I have a tendency towards perfectionism, you know, people pleasing, all the things. And I'll say this was me like a couple years ago. So something about just getting older and having that internal mirror, that self-awareness and healing up is gold, okay? So I have the definition pulled up here on my computer. I'm gonna read it for you. This is a performance-based identity, but I still think it matters. A performance-based identity arises when a person not only knows that they excel at something, but feels fundamentally defined by that level of performance. Girl. Okay, and then performance self-esteem, according to Halston, which is the scientist or the doctor that wrote the paper about burnout in the workplace, which I read through like very briefly. I didn't read the whole thing, but he was basically citing PBSE, which is performance-based self-esteem, as one of the prerequisites for burnout. According to Halston, performance-based self-esteem is a prerequisite to the burnout. it conceptualizes as a contingent self-esteem based on the sense that you have to accomplish in order to be valued. Halston and Tungen, 2005. I'll link the paper down below as well if you guys are interested in reading it, which I think is just interesting reads in general, but girl, this is me, okay? I derived so much value from the idea that, you know, I can grow my hair to a certain length. I can show you guys the way. Let me show you the techniques. Let me show you the way of like how to navigate your hair journey if you want to go from point A to point B. This is what I'm doing. This is what I like to share. But I like by itself, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But the fact that I derived like so much value from it, like it like morphed into part of my identity. And it's like, if I don't show up and perform and educate and, you know, provide some kind of value, then I'm not valuable, right? It's like that internalizing of what value do you provide? Why are you at the table? And if you can't provide value, like leave. And that mentality is like, number one, abusive. Do not think that you are not a valuable person just because you can't bring value to the table. That's not where we're going with this. The idea that my self-esteem was linked to performance was the problem. Not the information, not what I was giving you guys, not the fact that I wanted to help and show you the way, that's great. And not self-esteem, you know, like in a lot of other areas of my life, I felt like, you know, I'm good, like I'm solid with this. But when I started linking the two, and I've done this with other jobs as well, it's like I want to perform at a high level, and once they become linked, then it's like if I don't perform at this level, then I'm not a valuable person, or I'm not a valuable enough person to continue the path, or whatever is going through my mind at the time, like I said, or like they said. Halston and Tungen, I think they said, is the other author's name. It's a prerequisite for burnout, and that's what happened to me. I am not happy or proud of the idea that I burned out. I mean, I took the ball, I ran with it, but the idea is that my self-esteem should not have been linked to the performance of it all. And now, since having gone to therapy and healed up and done like a lot of deep diving, I don't think they're linked anymore. And for that reason, I kind of like, whenever I show up to the old hair spaces that I used to be in, it's like, well, what value am I providing? And then it's like this deconstructing that goes on, like, well, why do you feel like you have to provide value with your hair? You know, like you can provide value with so many other things. And if you don't grow in those areas, like you're always gonna kind of feel like either weaker or deficient, and not you. I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about me. I'm always gonna feel a little more weaker or deficient, so it's just a matter of like building up those muscles, genuinely building up those muscles and believing I have value to bring to the table that is not linked to my hair. It should not be linked to any external thing, to be honest with you. And deconstructing that and detaching that has been the work, the inner work that I think a lot of people need to go through. So I could literally put a hair video on autopilot and I literally would not use any creative juice in my mind whatsoever. I think the challenge for me now is, like I said, working out those muscles that aren't strong, where I do show up and I don't know what I'm doing, and it's not linked to my self-esteem. So it's a healthier place to be, but it's also like a little more vulnerable feeling, because it's like, all right, well, what else are we gonna provide? And am I still a valuable person regardless of how this video performs, the views perform, I perform, hair performs? Yes. And then it kind of almost like undoes my motivation for showing up a little bit, you know? So I'm still trying to find the balance, y'all. I got some things to work through. I'm still trying to find the balance, but in general, that is performance-based self-esteem. That's definitely how it affected me. And like I said, if you want to try and work through this issue, then I definitely think you should get a licensed professional. That's what I did. Therapist and life coach, okay? Sometimes it's subconscious. I knew before going to therapy, it was definitely subconscious. I didn't know there was a name for it. I didn't know there was a title. It wasn't as well organized for me, but it was something I was experiencing. And so I recommend therapy. If you also are experiencing this, leave that down below in the comment section. I would be interested to know if you guys also have like a tendency for perfectionism, people pleasing, performative self-worth, performance-based self-esteem. Have you burned out in your lifetime before? Because I have. And you know, we could definitely have a conversation about it, because that's what gets me going now. And I'm really excited, because I think this is what I do anyway. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I do. Remember to let your spirit, soul, and hair stay lifted, like an Afro puff. Thumbs up the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe down below for some more. And if you do, then I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.